This is a sped up video of me playing. So this is the very beginning of the game, very first day. Getting forageables. You need 3 unique items for the quest that gives you the your first drying rack, or solar dryer they call it. What you see me doing here is getting stone and wood. You need 15 stone, 10 wood to craft another drying rack, which I recommend. Even though you get one for free, you want at least 2 to start and 3 once you're kind of really rolling. On the first day here, you can talk to Frere, get a free fish, along with the forageables you find along the way. That should be plenty to get you the 3 unique items required to give to Ter. I like playing the stone minigame on the first day just to get the stone chest for free. You really only have to play until you get to 8. I haven't actually tried doing this without getting to 8. She might still give you a stone chest, but she does say try to get at least 8, so I'm assuming that's what she wants. Anyway, I was able to find 3 unique forageables along with the fish. I also go here and get the compote, the pomegranate to make the compote, so that you can have some extra energy for this initial day of fishing. And you'll notice that that quest just activated. You talk to Ter, working together. She mentions she wants 3 unique items. You put them in the bin right at this point in the game to make sure that in the morning you'll get your... Not only do you get a free solar dryer, but you have the ability to craft them. So it's not like other quests where you have to wait for them to have the idea and then wait another day or 2 or 3. Yeah, it just happens super quick. And as you'll see here, we start out fishing on day 1. Fish are hard to catch at first. They get much easier on day 2 or 3. I think it's day 3. These 3-bar fish become 2-bar fish, and the 4-bar fish can become 3-bar fish as early as day 3, but generally it'll take until day 4 to make that happen, and that's with like doing nothing but fishing. But yeah, you'll see that I'm pretty much just demonstrating how to fish. You know, you keep your little cursor as centered on the fish as possible. When a fish goes under a rock, you try to get to the edge of the circle so that you're still generating progress on the fishing bar. And yeah, obviously, just as the tutorial explains, anytime it says move away, stop putting your cursor on the fish. Yeah, so a big portion of this video is just me fishing, which is why it's sped up to like 300% real time. But I figure as we're going, as we're watching, I can try to explain what's going on here. Long story short, when you start out, you don't have anything. So we just spend the first day fishing so that we can have enough fish in our inventory so that when day 2 rolls around, we can fill up 2 or 3 racks right away. I do think I end up in this video getting enough stone and wood to make 2 additional racks, so we can just start with 3 dry racks. 3 dry racks seems to be plenty for early game, just for generating money. It's pretty hard to catch 12 fish and then dry them and then still have time to catch 12 more before the previous 12 finish. And to explain, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. You're going to put your drying racks right next to your fishing spot so that you don't have to run around to dry your fish, and you can dry fish as you fish for the day. And I'll actually have to move myself, I just realized, in order to show you guys that when it happens, which you'll see there's a tinier version of me. This is a sped up video that I recorded with OBS with my VTube avatar already present. So I might even just move my big fat head lower. Let's try that out actually. I just do this number. There's a little me. Let's see if we can get away with this. Yeah, so a quick point on fishing. The porcupine fish, you can get, probably like 20 of them, 25 of them in a day. If you're, especially once you level up the knowledge of that given fish, they go from 3-bar to 2-bar, and it's way faster to catch them. But the idea is you don't have to dry all of them. You can cook some of them. You really only need to cook like maybe 3 or 4 in the beginning, because it's more than enough energy to fill up your racks and fish all day. But the food generated by cooking fish is some of the best food you can make early on. It's the cheapest food you can make early on. Because yeah, it's, you're doing nothing but fishing. So you have plenty of it. You don't have to farm. You don't have to worry about anything else. Just get a shitload of fish. Take some of them, as you'll see me do here. You go to the leader's hut, go to that little kitchen area where you made your compote, and yeah, just make some fish food right there. It also gives a +1 to fish spawning. I don't know how much that actually helps early on. It might actually help you fish a little faster. I imagine that's what it was intended for anyway. So yeah, we sleep once we're completely out of energy and time. We note that our 3 unique items were taken there. We're just going to skip through the opening ceremony. I always choose stamina, by the way. I think it's probably the smartest thing to go for. Yeah, and right away we can go to her. We can get our drying rack, our solar dryer. And then we're forced to waste some of the day getting back to our farm. But obviously we're going straight back. And yeah, we already have 7 Tic Tacs and over a dozen porcupine. And here I am getting more wood and stone because I realized that it made sense with that many fish in my inventory to go ahead and make a 3rd solar dryer. And you'll see the positioning here. I recommend this. It's super easy. Just go as far up there as you can, as close to the garden as you can. Get all 3 racks fully filled with your fish. Start with Tic Tacs. They're worth more. And once your rack is full, go ahead and start fishing. You'll notice I made 6 fish foods. You don't need that many. You could probably make like 3 and have more than enough. Obviously, if you find yourself running out of energy, just don't dry all of your porcupines. Just run over to the hut where the leader's son was cooking and make more fish food. It might as well, though, not waste that time. So probably better to have more food than you need. Not to mention, if you're playing this game like normal people, you might want to do something other than fishing. But I strongly recommend considering these first few days of gameplay. Just fish. Just do what I'm doing here. I did not do this on my playthrough, but I kind of wish I would have. I would have had probably an easier time of exploration, and I would have had access to tons of cheap stamina food early. I could have made my farm look prettier. Could have done a few things. Probably would have spent more time like making paths and keeping the grass out of my farm, stuff like that. Could have put down more wells. I mean, basically, having more money just makes everything easier, as is money in most things in life, in silly little games. Yeah, I was talking while doing this, so I did screw up a couple times. But yeah, I think, let's see, this is day 2, so yeah, we're just kind of spamming fishing here. And in fact, I wonder if I can speed this video up even more, because I've pretty much explained the gist of how to make money. I'm assuming the absolute best way to make money early. If somebody has a better way, I would love to know about it. I'm sure once you upgrade your fishing tools and other things, it's probably the beach or something else. I haven't gotten that far in the game yet, so I might decide that this is not the best way at some point, but this is the way I wish I would have done it. And yeah, you can just see I'm kind of filling the racks, clearing the racks as soon as I can. It's on a 3-hour timer that they have to dry, so the more aware you are of when they finish, the better, which is why I love this layout so much, because as you're fishing, you can actually see behind my fat head here, you can see when they're drying. You can see the animation of the drying, and then you can see the exclamation points show up, which kind of keeps you on a tight timer of when to pull your fish off. Also, when you look at the rack, it tells you how long they have. And yeah, basically we fish all the way through to day 3 now, right? Is this day 3? Yep. Spring 2 into spring 3. And on this day, just more of the same. And you'll see there, okay, the fish have gone from 3 bar to 2 bar, so they're way faster to catch now. So it starts filling up your racks faster, which is really nice. And the advice I give is, just go for whatever fish shows up first. You can wait for the 4 bar fish, which, they are more profitable, but it's actually better for you if you just catch whatever comes up first as quickly as you can and move on to the next. The game shifts from being about time management, more so in the beginning of fishing, to stamina management, because you're catching so many porcupines, you clear through your stamina much faster. So yeah, at this point, it's probably a good idea to start keeping a reserve of fish food around. It is pretty tempting to just always have your racks full. Another thing to remember is you want to pay attention to the time in the upper right. In the beginning of the game, you don't have an actual clock. You just have 10 dots that represent 2 hours each for a 20-hour day from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. And basically, once you are in the last 3 dots, you're most likely not going to be able to pull any more fish off your racks. So if you're going for money the next morning, you have to give yourself time to run to the bin with whatever you have in your inventory. But yeah, you can always pull more fish in the morning for a profit later. But yeah, for the sake of this video, I wanted to show how much profit you could make by the beginning of day 4. And what I showed is basically at the beginning of day 4, you can afford the biggest belt, so 3 rows of inventory space with a little bit of money to spare, and with your 2-bar fish that you can catch, in a matter of a few seconds, right here on the side of your farm, for as much stamina food as you could possibly want. So that's the goal. That's how to get rich quick, get well fed quick. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have skipped ahead. But yeah, let's see how much money I yield. Max Handies is this man's name. Handies. Get them handies. Beautiful golden locks and golden beard. All right. Cool. So, I fuck around a little bit at the end here unnecessarily. I could have gone in and edited all of this stuff. I just didn't really feel like it. And there you have it. So, we already had like 90 handies from the beginning of the game when we sold off the 3 unique items. We had a total of 60 porcupines and 18 tic tacs. That's over 3 days. So you could think of that as, in the realm of 26 fish per day on average, total of 3246. So around 1,100 handies a day for days 1 through 3, which, the bigger belt is 500, the biggest belt is 2,500, so 3,000 of that goes to maxing out your inventory space, and then you have 300 left over if you want to start, buying crops and whatnot. I actually recommend going into the 4th day and fishing again for the 4th day, and just stack up on porcupines, get your tic tacs to 3-bar instead of 4-bar. And then, yeah, have yourself probably a little over 1,000 handies the next day and plenty of food. And then you can kind of just play the game normally. You really don't have to do this anymore. It just becomes a convenient way to get more stamina food or quick money when you need it. So yeah, there you go. It's a good way to start Roots of Pacha. Definitely not the way I did it, but there you go. Good luck. I hope you make lots of handies. Bye now.